Well, howdy there, folks. James from Political Friar coming at you again. For this video, I think I want to do just a quick update on the news out of Israel and my take on what's going on and why it's going on. In particular, the question I want to talk about is why the Israeli ground invasion hasn't happened yet. And there's lots of reasons. I don't doubt that it will happen eventually, but Israel is going to pick the time and place for reasons. And so let's go through some of what those reasons are. The first and foremost reason is ammo. The Israelis are getting their logistics together. This is a big operation. It's going to take at least weeks, maybe months of extremely expensive fighting. And I mean expensive in terms of lives lost, civilian and military. You better believe Israel's going to take casualties, and there are going to be more Gazans than Israelis killed. And in terms of equipment and frankly bullets. Israel has vast stores of these, but they still need to be moved to where they need to go. Israel's also waiting for a political action. So on this channel, we've been talking about the speaker's race, and that actually is playing into Israel's decision. Israel wants that law that Biden sent to Congress earlier this week or to pass. Israel wants the billions of dollars of military aid that has vast support in Congress to actually become law before it launches a ground invasion that will inevitably draw support away from Israel. It's impossible to have a clean war in an urban environment against people who use human shields. You can abide by the laws of war all you want, and it's still going to cause a lot of civilian casualties. Those civilian casualties, though, really, you got to appropriately apportion fault for those casualties to Hamas. If Hamas doesn't let civilians leave, if Hamas uses human shields, it's not on Israel that those civilians were killed, at least not 100%. I mean, it is on Israel too, but we need to have a little bit more nuance. So, ammo, both in literal sense and in political sense, is one thing that they're waiting for. They're also waiting for a very specific thing. There is a report today that Israel hasn't gone into Gaza yet because the United States isn't ready for them to do that yet. The United States has forces all over the Middle East that could and have been attacked by Iranian proxies. And this is a deterrent to Israel because if those proxies are able to punish the United States for Israel going into Gaza, then the United States will prevent Israel from doing it. And so before Israel can go into Gaza, those American forces, think southern Syria against ISIS, think the Iraq air base outside of Baghdad, think all of the other American soldiers that are deployed throughout the region are targets for the militias to retaliate against when Israel goes in. So the United States wants to protect its forces. It wants to either reinforce them or evacuate them or move them or make sure that they have enough air defense assets to ward off drone attacks, and that takes time. So the United States is scrambling to make it so that American soldiers don't die in retaliation for Israel's invasion, and the Americans have asked the Israelis to hold off until the Americans can manage that. There's also the question of coordinating with Israel's Arab neighbors, Egypt, Jordan, Saudi, Turkey, maybe. Uh, there's been a lot of talking to them, and the hospital attack explosion. There's a lot that went into the Gaza hospital attack, but that's not this video. Delayed all that and delayed both the talks literally and the ability for the Arabs to give Israel the sort of outlines of what an acceptable operation would look like. Now, these countries do not like Hamas. Hamas is a sworn enemy of the Egyptian regime. It's a sworn enemy of Jordan, and the Saudis aren't super happy with it because, Hamas's origins were with the Muslim Brotherhood out of Egypt, Islamist revolutionary group that has killed thousands of Egyptians in trying to overthrow that government. So Hamas is not someone that they are actually sympathetic with, but Arab Palestinians, they have to be. And making that distinction to their populations is just as hard as it is to make it to the American population. So they're waiting to get their ducks in a row. The final reason why this has taken a little bit of time is time's on Israel's side. They don't need to go in now. Their supply lines are open. Hamas's supply lines are closed. So the longer they wait, the more that blockade will bite, and the more the air war will degrade Hamas. So they've got lots of reasons to wait, and they are. As far as when they will go in, well, that's going to be a tactical surprise. I doubt that I could call it, mostly because Israel's going to do it in a way that is designed to be unexpected to Hamas. And them waiting this long has given them the opportunity to have that tactical surprise. See, if they had gone in the day after the attack, Hamas's fighters would be ready and waiting. But nobody can stay at a heightened sense of state of readiness indefinitely. So Israel's waiting for Hamas's guard to go down, as it must. It's impossible to stay ready always. And for that readiness to degrade, it takes time. So those are some of the reasons why you haven't seen an Israeli invasion yet, emphasis on yet, uh, and some of the reasons why, we'll see one soon. Anyway, it's just my take. Tell me how wrong I am in the comments down below. Please hit that like button and the subscribe button. Most importantly, tell somebody. If you are enjoying these videos or you're finding them even mildly entertaining or informative, let somebody know. They might. They might too. Anyway, I appreciate you. Thanks.